Hello, everybody. What's up? I'm Jay with Guilty of Crime, and we're back, guys. Good to see you. Women, ladies, guys, people. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Good? Okay, good. Hit that like button, y'all. Come on in. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Get a membership if you can. All right, guys. I put the goal up there for today. So, what's up? How's everybody doing? Good to see you. Did anybody miss me yesterday? Just saying. Just saying. If anybody missed me yesterday, good, because we're back today. What's up? How you doing? Good to see you. New people, old people just passing through. Come on in, guys. I know I got quite a few messages, and people are like, "Are you okay? What's going on, Jay?" I told you guys the day before. I'll see you guys back on Thursday. All right. I missed you guys too. I wanted to hop on really bad and come say hello, give you guys an update, but my super mom skills kicked in yesterday, and we're doing baby Guilty's birthday celebrations starting yesterday. So every day we've got birthday shenanigans, and I got to rap, get the party ready, blah, blah, blah. Lots to do, guys. But I'm still making time today and tomorrow. I'll be reporting tomorrow. I've got a case that hits really close to home. In fact, it is with my family and distant relatives. And you guys, it's sad. 30 years. This little girl went missing from her window and still hasn't been found. I have her mom that I'm texting with now. They have a private eye that might weigh in, but it comes so close. It hits close to my heart. And tomorrow we're going to do a case that hits close to my heart and to my family. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. Now, it might not be the most popular trending case, but it's close to home and we got a lot of information on it. So, what's up, Chantel from Canada? Welcome. Thank you for becoming a member and going towards our goal today. All right, guys, come on in. Come on in today. Missing Melodee Buzzard. Now, listen, guys, if you guys think you know the case, you might not know the case. Where is Melodee Buzzard? Some say that she hadn't been seen for a year, but now FBI and law enforcement is rethinking this case, and there's a lot of new information and evidence to prove that Melodee has been seen a lot closer than a year. And not only that, guys, her mom is not, and I say not, cooperating with law enforcement to bring Melodee home. All right. So we're going to talk about the case. Whatever you think you know about the case, well, rethink again. I've got some exclusive videos of family that are talking to the media and talking about Melodee's mom. All right. Her name is Ashley Buzzard, and she is Jen Soto 2.0. She doesn't want to help the case or to find her daughter. I wonder why. All right, Chantel from Canada. Jay, you're amazing. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat towards our goal. I appreciate you. Yeah, this little girl, she looks like a doll, you guys. Not only is she a pretty little girl, but she looks very well taken care of, guys. I'm not really sure what happened here. I'm currently starting a channel, but might not end up doing it. Interesting. That's interesting, Nikki. Well, I wish you the very best of luck on starting a channel. It is not easy, my friend. Not at all. All right. What's up, One Love? Barbie G, good to see you. Kimmer G, that sweet girl, absolutely beautiful. Her mom is a moment. Toxic YouTube. Yeah, it is. It is. I got to tell you, this platform is rough. So you might want to make sure that your skin is thick and you don't give a shit about what anybody says. And the friends that you think are your friends, well, rethink that again, my friend, because that twists and turns as you go on this platform. People that you think are cool, you want to rethink. And then you have people that are nice to your face and not so nice behind the scenes. But anyway, let me know if you need any advice behind the scenes. You can email me, send me cases at gmail.com. M to the J Dog. What's up, M to the J Dog? Good to see you. What is up? And I will be getting back to your emails. I see you guys. I know you guys are there. I got lots of emails. So lots of people are asking for all the same things. All right. Jay, can you help me? Jay, can you look at this case? Jay, can you share my GoFundMe? Jay, can you give me money for my GoFundMe? I assure you, I've got your emails. I'll get back to you, and everybody else wants that help too. So I'll do my best here, guys. All right, I'll do my best to get back to you and do what I can. All right, guys, good to see you. I usually try to get to the like 5 minute mark to make sure everybody rolls on in. What's up, Tara? Good to see you. Jen's a gypsy. How you doing? All right, this little beautiful girl, Melodee Buzzard. Where is she? Now, let me tell you quickly, guys. Quick, and then I'll get into the rest. I never heard of Vanderburg Village, California, but apparently I know Santa Barbara County, and I've been there many times in the RV on vacation, passing through, going through the coast. I'm in California, guys, so I know Santa Barbara all too well, and that is not a town that would take it lightly for a beautiful little 9-year-old girl that was supposed to be registered for homeschool to never show up. And that's what happened here. All right. So in this case, quickly, detectives in Santa All right, guys, I'm back. Let's make sure you guys can see me. Let me know. Let me know. How's everybody doing? Come on. Let's go. Can you see me? Let's get this party started again. Let me know if you can see me. Come on. I can't do it unless you guys let me know. I can see you guys coming up in chat here, and yes, I'm back. I definitely am not calling it a day that soon, guys. Come on. You know what? I had a power surge. I was sitting there and it just went blam, blacked out. Then Baby Guilty came running in to the office and was like, just threw her stuff everywhere. But we're back. Come on, guys. We're back. We're back. We're back. Let's go. Let's go. Mary Beth, awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the 5 Guilty of Crime memberships. And Chantel, thank you for the Guilty of Crime membership. You guys, if you would, please thank your Crime Crew family. All right, you can see me now. I'm back. Yay. I am not going to quit that soon, man. What the heck? We're not quitters around here. What's up? All right, good, good, good. All right, I'm glad you guys got back. I'm glad my stream did not end. All right, let's do this. Let's just get this while I'm re-putting everything right now just started up at once. All right, listen, guys. Listen. I'm gonna bring this up real quick. I'm gonna put this so I can work on the back end. CPS, sheriff's deputies making repeated visits to the missing girl's home, and the mom will not cooperate. Let's start with that while my computer is doing all kinds of crazy stuff behind the scenes. All right, let's go.
Your community reporter in Vandenberg Village. It's now been 1 week since 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard was discovered missing. Authorities not giving up on making contact with the mother. CPS and sheriff's deputies coming to the house repeatedly to make that contact. The FBI now assisting. And what one private investigator tells me what that could mean next.
All right, listen, we got a lot today, and after this, I'm gonna go through the little details. But if you look at my thumbnail today, where is Melodee? If you look on to the left, you'll see a handwritten sign. People are showing up for her in Lompoc, California, which is in Santa Barbara County. They are showing up, and they're not letting this stop them. That the mom's not responding, and this little girl that was thought to not been seen for an entire year was in fact seen on October 7th in a car going somewhere with her mother, but never came back. All right, I will fill you in on all the details after this.
I was there this week as CPS and sheriff's deputies were outside the Mars Avenue home of Melodee's mother, Ashley Buzzard. She did not answer the door. CPS eventually slid paperwork underneath it before leaving. I spoke with private investigator Bill Garcia. What does it typically signal when CPS does arrive to the parent or guardian's home during a missing persons investigation?
I've not seen that too often, to be honest. I've only seen that occur maybe 2 or 3 times in 34 years. So that's not that common.
Now listen, guys, this case is probably going to be everywhere until they find Melodee Buzzard. The mom is not cooperating. Nope, not, zero, zilch, negative, anything you want to say with the big capital N-O. And you're going to see all kinds of different people are going to her house to protest and picket and knock and check. She's not answering. And when she does, she doesn't want anything to do with that little girl, her daughter, Melodee. All right. So there you go. Not cooperating, and possibly burned the evidence, which is what we're talking about today. Did she burn the evidence? And what evidence is it that we're talking about?
Sometimes we receive reports from law enforcement, and they would ask us to accompany them. There's a number of reasons why child welfare may report to a home to assess safety of children, and a number of reasons why law enforcement may also be present. Again, there's typically collaboration on cases when necessary, but I can't say any specific reason.
The search for Melodee, now extending to Nebraska, was sparked on October 14th when school administrators reported her prolonged absence from an independent studies program. Investigators say while the home has been searched, Ashley has been uncooperative. With the FBI now assisting, Garcia says that allows authorities to gain faster access to cell phone data, vehicle tracking, and interstate records.
They have a much quicker turnaround than local law enforcement, who doesn't deal with that quite as quickly or as often.
So everybody that is either family or people from the outside that should have checked on and are checking on little Melodee, they're all putting those efforts, everybody except her mother. So again, I just wanted you to see people coming to the house, people protesting, people putting signs up for little 9-year-old missing Melodee Buzzard, who originally was thought to have been missing for a year and no reports of her missing. Now I'm correcting that updated information when in fact she was possibly seen October 7th heading out of town to Nebraska with a certain license plate number. I'm going to share all that with you. All right. What you thought about this case is much different than before. Today is a big update and law enforcement is giving that. Chantel from Canada, mama bear of 6. The story, love you, Jay and team. Awesome. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I don't know how anyone can do this to their child or anybody's child.
On Tuesday, a neighbor showed me surveillance footage of Ashley taking out garbage that morning, confirming she was there. They did not want the video shared publicly. Garcia says any kind of video from neighbors is important to the case.
There's a good possibility that they would have seen both Ashley and the child leave and come back if they came back together. And law enforcement has that video.
One neighbor tells me she saw Melodee and her mother at a nearby park just 3 months ago.
Her little daughter, Melodee, was begging her to play, rocking her mom, like, Mom, let's play. And then the mom, Ashley, was like distressed, like, no, right now, not right now, like just, rubbing her head.
I tried contacting Ashley last week after seeing her outside her home, but she did not respond. Authorities.
Now remember, guys, Ashley is the mom, so we're about to get into this right now. I just wanted you to see what's happening with this case and how people are surrounding the house, putting signs up saying, where is Melodee? People are going to the door, regular just citizens, neighbors, and CPS, as well as many other law enforcement, etc. Welcome to the crew, Hawkeyes. All right, so I didn't really explain the case yet. I will. Next.
Are continuing to treat this as an urgent case. If you have any information that could help locate Melodee, you're asked to contact authorities immediately. In Vandenberg Village, Crystal Bermudez, KSB.
All right, guys, now we're going to get into the details and the updates. She was not seen a year ago. It was days or weeks ago, in fact. All right, listen, this coming from the Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office. Let's take a look at this. All right. Detectives share updated timeline in ongoing search for 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard. Now, this was posted 2 days ago in Lompoc, California. Through their investigation, detectives have gathered evidence indicating that Melodee was with her mother, Ashley Buzzard, as recently as October 7, 2025. All right, like 2 weeks ago. Detectives have also determined that Ashley, that's her mom, may have driven with Melodee in a white Chevrolet Malibu, license plates important here, 9MNG101, 2 locations outside of Santa Barbara County, guys, to include as far as the state of Nebraska. Now, the vehicle was determined to be a rental car in Ashley's possession. Now, I ask you, why would a mother rent a car to go out of state with a missing child? Should I throw the name out there, Letitia Stout? Gannon Stout? And will she be giving a leakage about what happened? Now, if you remember the Gannon Stout case, Letitia Stout, she told officers over and over and over, she gave them the name of the highway that went to Florida, and they ultimately found his body over an overpass on the way to Florida, Gannon Stout. So is this mom going to give them indications? Are they going to be able to ping her cell phone and tracking devices? And if it's a rental car, will they get it in time to find any evidence? All right. So she has not been missing for a year. That is false. She was seen just weeks ago and months ago from the neighbors. All right. Forever True. What's up? Good to see you. I already love this community. Finally, a place I can belong. What's up, Annie Hunting? Welcome to the Crime Crew family. We appreciate you and all of you. All right, listen. At this point in the investigation, her mom, Ashley Buzzard, remains uncooperative and has not provided detectives with any information about Melodee's current location or her condition, you guys. The primary goal of this investigation is to verify the location and the welfare of Melodee Buzzard and ensure that she's safe, right? Sheriff detectives continue to pursue all available leads. This public outreach effort is one of those ongoing efforts to develop information that could assist investigators. Now, detectives are aware of strong community interest in Melodee's case and are asking for the public to not attempt to conduct their own searches or investigations. Now, while that's well-intentioned, you guys know these efforts could unintentionally interfere with the investigation work already in progress. Detectives have already conducted a thorough search of the family's residence and continue to follow verified leads in a coordinated manner. All right. Anyone who has seen Melodee Buzzard or had contact with her since October 7, 2025 is urged to contact the Sheriff's Criminal Investigation Division at 805-681-4150. All right, I'll put that in chat and I'll leave that up there for just a second. Have you seen her? If you know anything, if you have any information, reach out to local law enforcement. Okay. So yeah, this is a huge community effort, as a matter of fact, to find out what happened to little Melodee. So let me put this up and let you guys see this little angel, beautiful little angel, guys. By the way, she looks very well taken care of, right? She doesn't look like she's starved, like in some of the other cases where we see malnourished children. She doesn't look like that. She has beautiful long hair that looks healthy. She looks like she's well dressed and clean. And I can't understand this. This is racking my brain to understand how a mother could not give two shits about where her missing daughter is. All right. You're going to get the whole story. Don't worry. How did they even know she was missing? Thank you, Indy Isham, so much towards our goal. Thank you, Chantel. Send more blue messages, please. I'll leave that up there. And welcome everybody that's new here. We appreciate you. We are family here. All right, we're like family. So thank you all for being here. Let's listen up.
Sheriff's deputies believe now that her mom may have taken her to another state, possibly as far away as Nebraska. This is a picture of the girl, Melodee Buzzard. She's from Lompoc. Investigators initially said that she'd been missing for a year, but now they say she was seen as recently as 2 weeks ago. Detectives say her mother is not cooperating with the investigation. 6 right now into the search for a 9-year-old girl from Santa Barbara County.
All right, we got a big episode today, so let me throw this up real quick. And she does look like she could be in a beauty pageant. She's gorgeous, guys. She's gorgeous. So let me tell you real quick here what happened and why this even kicked off in the way that it did, okay? Because it's important that you know that, California is doing a better job than the case that we listened to in Connecticut where they didn't check any of that, right? Yes, bless her little heart. Such a beautiful little angel. I really do hope she's okay, guys, but I got to tell you, red flag number 1 is that mom is not cooperating. Red flag number 2, is that nobody really has a last date that she has a proof of life. Number three, her mom rented a car to travel out of state and did not come back with her. Okay, that's three huge red flags that something terrible has happened to little Melodee Buzzard. Janet Rawlings, thank you for gifting a Guilty of Crime membership. Please do thank her if you receive that gifted membership. Well, there's no parents involved. It's a parent, it's a mother, and you're going to find out why she's not in jail today. All right, you're going to find out why she's not in jail. The dad, as far as I learned, is no longer with us. I believe they said the father passed away, if I'm correct, but maybe somebody can let me know if they heard something different. Nicole, much love to you. Thank you so much for the love and the $1.99 towards our goal. Now listen here, guys. This is great. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate you. Good to see you, my friend. Gifted one Guilty of Crime membership. And Annie Hunted, thank you for all you do. You are so welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay, listen, and I'm gonna brag a little bit about California. I'm gonna brag and vent just a little bit. All right, I'm gonna brag and vent at the same time. I'm gonna brag that California really does care and check on their children. I gotta say, here they do. If baby Guilty is 5 minutes late, somebody's texting me and calling me right away. The bad side of that is when we're actually doing something or she's sick, I'm like, damn it, I gotta answer them and do this and do that. I get tired too, man. Wearing a cape all the time isn't always so easy. Okay, but California does pay attention and they do check on their students, and it's getting even better and better. Getting better and better. Baby Guilty cannot be gone for 2 hours from school without me knowing and the whole alarm going off. Now, in the case of Melodee Buzzard, the reason I bring up baby Guilty, we are in California, Northern California. This is in mid California. Santa Barbara is 4 hours away, we'll say. Now listen what happened here. Okay, what happened was Melodee was enrolled in school and her mom took her out of school. All right. She was enrolled for just 2 months in August of this year, 2025. Both Melodee and her mother, Ashley, visited Mission Valley Independent School to initiate the registration. And that's why we know that she has been alive for this entire year. All right. That's how we know. And I love avocados, Auntie Ree. Thank you. Now, what happened was they explained to the school that it's an independent study program. And in the program, if a student fails to pick up assignments, they are referred back to their residential school. Then that school will contact the family to complete enrollment. If the child doesn't attend, the school follows truancy protocols, phone calls, letters, emails, and even home visits, as well as district attorney letters, I might add. If the student still can't be reached after all the attempts, they notify police to do a welfare check, which is what they did in this case. So I'm very proud of the California school system for doing that, guys, because school starts in August and they didn't let this go too far. All right. They did not let this go too far. And I gotta be thankful for that, because in some of the other cases that we're covering, you guys, you gotta admit, when a child's missing for that long, I mean, really, what can you say? Yeah, there's no excuse for not knowing where a child is for an entire year. All right, now let's take a look at what the neighbors are saying and how mad they are and what they're seeing, smelling, hearing, and thinking about this case. Why do you say smelling, Jay? Listen.
I'm Leslie Molina. We begin our show tonight at Vanderburg Village, where community members gathered to protest outside of the house of a 9-year-old girl who has been missing for around 2 to 3 months. Our community reporter, Crystal Bermudez, will give us a look at what she saw at today's protest and what community members have to say.
4 signs like this one, all with "Where is Melodee" written on both sides, now line the front of the Vandenberg Village girl's home.
This is the neighborhood where she went missing, guys. And from what I hear, that mother has mental health issues. So keep that in mind as well. Okay, there's another red flag. And thank you, the classic one. I don't know about independent study or homeschool, so I wouldn't be able to chime in on that. But I'm gonna say that they're doing the right things. Here we go again, and we gotta have this out there.
Your community reporter Christopher Bermudez here along Mars Avenue, where community members came out Sunday afternoon, all to push for answers from the young girl's mom.
We want answers! We want answers! We want.
The search for Melodee Buzzard began last week after a school administrator reported the girl's extended absence from an independent studies program. Authorities say Melodee's mother has been uncooperative with the investigation.
We're all looking for answers, but, we're showing up today so that way, she knows we care. We're here for Melodee, and hopefully she will come out and
look at that turnout of people, right? These people are in the they're neighbors. They're not happy, and they're smelling things being burnt. All right. So I ask you, is the mom burning the evidence? Is that why, when they did a thorough search of the property, that they didn't find anything regarding Melodee Buzzard? And this poses the question to you, or the question you pose to me is, why isn't the mom locked up for not cooperating? All right. Why? Why isn't she? Now listen.
tell us where she's at.
Sheriff's deputies briefly addressing the growing crowd, saying they do not believe the child's mother has been home for the past 48 hours. Neighbors strongly disagree, telling me they've seen signs of activity.
Besides the garage being open almost 48 hours now, which we don't know if she knows or not, she was burning something in the fireplace last night, but paper was coming out.
Tension.
You hear that? She was burning things, and you guys are going to hear a lot from the neighbors. All right. I don't know what's wrong with my sound, but let me double check. I appreciate you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. You know what happened? I'll tell you. You guys didn't let me know until now. So I love you, Indiation. Besides me, us being good, there's my volume. It's now changed. When my computer shut down, it reset everything, including my mic. So Indy, since you're the one that let me know, can you tell me if my sound doesn't sound like it's in a box now? It shouldn't sound like it's in a box anymore. Okay. Yeah, it was bad because it reset. Nobody told me. All right, now listen, I know you guys are all excited here. We now have coloring books for you guys. You guys can talk to the ladies in chat. We have guilty of crime coloring books for you guys. All right. That's the best I could do on the volume here, my friends. It's all the way up. That's my mic, and that's the only mic that I have. That's the only mic that I have is this Fine mic. That's it, my friend. So hopefully you can hear me. It went out last time. All right, let's keep going then. Now it's good. Let's go. All right, we're good. Thank you, Indy. I appreciate you.
Rose as families demanded immediate information.
It's about time. Organization is going to be key in this. If they're not going to press her until she cracks, I'm sorry, it's time.
Within hours, a new Facebook group had dozens of members saying they will continue gathering together daily until Melodee is located.
I felt like nobody was doing anything, actually moving. So I wanted to reach the community. I know a lot of us have daughters, and it's heartbreaking.
Deputies on Sunday said the case remains under investigation.
And look at that. They're going above it. And the mods did let me know. That's my bad, guys. I've got 15 different things going on. And when the power went out, baby Guilty came crashing through my door, literally, and threw her muddy buddies all over the floor. The dog came barreling in, and I was trying to get back on. So here we go. Reset. Let's go. All right, here we go. Thank you, mods. I never want to talk shit about you guys. So when I'm saying that, don't take it personal. They did text me 5 or 6 times and I missed it. All right. Okay. I thought she had 72 hours to produce her daughter. Has that not expired yet? Well, let's keep going, Mallory, because they have not said anything in the updates about 72 hours of an expiration date. So thank you for letting us know. I did not hear that. All right. But like I said, 3 big telltales. One, now I'm adding to that. There's a burn pile that the mom was doing. She was burning stuff. Number 2, she rented a car. All right. Number 3, they haven't seen her come back. She went to Nebraska and never brought her daughter back. She was seen leaving with her, and then she's got mental health issues and a long history. Good to see you, Shorty Pie. Everything's good. Mick Recovery, good to see you. Hi, Jay. It's Mick Recovery. I don't know why it's saying my name. It says Mick. All right, let's keep going, guys.
I've been following this case since Melodee's disappearance was announced and will continue bringing you new developments as they happen. In Vandenberg Village, Crystal Bermudez, KSBY News. I'm Crystal Bermudez.
All right, which one's this? I might even want to. Okay, we already saw this one. Let's keep going. We got a lot to get through today. These things are changing all the time, right? And there's new interviews that also are coming out as well, guys. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, so this one is, and they may say that now, since yesterday, or I'd say the 2020 or 21st, it's changed. People were thought to believe that she had not been seen for a year, and now people are saying August, right? And other people are saying October. If she has mental health issues, she may end up burning herself inside the house. Well, no, because she's there and she's answering the door and she's coming and she's going, but she will not discuss where Melodee Buzzard is. Now, remember, guys, Lori Vallow, where are the children, Lori? Nate went all the way to Hawaii to say, Lori, where are your children? Where are the children? And ultimately, the children were found buried in the backyard of Chad Daybell's yard, his backyard, right? So, where is Melodee? Ashley, where is Melodee? All right, let's keep on going. There's a lot in this case today. A lot of discussions as well.
Investigation involving 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard. Friday, authorities announced they've confirmed she was seen as recently as August, with more family members pleading with the girl's mom for.
And guys, there's a lot of new interviews with the family. You say they released a photo timeline? Okay, well, that just came out today. For me, the update. So if there's a photo timeline, I'll take a look. We're still getting through the episode, so there absolutely will be a better timeline. But here's the thing. It just got released because if I was reporting on this last week, she hadn't been seen for an entire year and her mom wasn't cooperating. It's changed the game a little bit now that possibly they spotted her on October 7th going to Nebraska and never coming back with Melodee.
Answers. I was there as one of those conversations took place. Karina Meza is Melodee's older sister on her father's side. I met her Friday afternoon along Mars Avenue, where she told me she was hoping to speak with Melodee's mother.
Of them together.
While we were talking, Ashley Buzzard came out of the house.
See?
Ashley?
And Karina quickly.
See, there she is. People keep going to the door and knocking, and they either answer or she doesn't, but she will not discuss where her daughter is. Okay? And yes, beautiful little angel that was very well taken care of. And I don't know how that flipped so quickly, guys. And why did she pull her out of school in the first place? Right? The family all cares.
Approached her.
Ashley, it's Karina. I just want to see if you're okay. If Melodee's okay, how you guys are doing. Do you have the time to speak with me?
Although she did not answer questions about Melodee, Ashley.
Okay, tell me that's not Jen Soto 2.0, guys. This is unacceptable, and I'm not sure that I would be able to control myself around that mother. When I say control myself, my mouth. I don't know that I would be able to control myself when she lets me in. First of all, she's hiding from me. I go to knock on the door and go see her, and she runs in and runs out. Then she says, hey, Jay, I'll talk to you, but listen, I'm not going to answer any questions about my 9-year-old daughter that's been missing since October 7th. Okay? She's doing that right now on camera. Grandma's going to speak in a little bit. Aunt's going to speak.
Stated she was feeling overwhelmed and stressed and told Karina she did not appreciate her being parked outside when she did not want to communicate with her.
Wait, this is my number right here. If you ever want to talk to me, I want a relationship with Melodee, please.
Damn, man.
Please, Ashley. Is she okay? Are you okay?
Did she mention anything about Melodee?
No, she didn't. I did ask her if Melodee is okay as well if she's okay, but she did not answer.
Mesa says she's now left with even more questions.
I feel sad, you know, like
I mean, the family and the neighbors are all doing this, and so many similarities. But I think she should be arrested by now. I think that they should take her into custody, and I know that they're trying to find anything to hold her. All right, I do know that they do want her. They do not want her to leave. All right. Unfortunately, I don't think the kid's okay, and neither do I. There's no way that you would rent a car, burn some stuff, not answer questions, and take your daughter somewhere and never bring her back. I was thinking the same thing, that maybe she sold her or gave her to somebody for some kind of gain. Yes, no way she should have shut that door like that. And just wait, guys, we just got started.
Wish she would have just told me, like, is she okay? That's all I want to know, is if my sister is okay.
Detectives say they've now learned Melodee was last seen in August of this year, confirming that through records from the Lompoc Unified School District, a major development that significantly narrows the investigation's timeline. The girl was reported missing on Tuesday after a school administrator reported her absence for a prolonged period of time.
We just want to make sure that the public understands that the Lompoc Unified School District has been working very cooperatively with the Sheriff's Department, and they reached out as soon as they identified a problem. And they were very helpful in that they have provided us information that has shortened a search.
Sheriff's spokesperson Raquel Zick
and great. If we know when the 72 hours started, Rosie, that would be awesome. We don't know about ties to Nebraska just yet, guys, because we just started this episode. So hang in there. We've got lots more answers to your questions, and the best answers are coming from the freaking family members. All right. Grandma's going to talk about what's wrong with her daughter. All right. That's sister, and her sister's not answering the door. She answers it and then won't talk about it. So you guys, I'll let you guys talk and chat amongst yourselves, but let me present the case, and then then I can like answer more questions. If you actually have a question for me and you absolutely have a burning desire for me to answer it, just put QQQ and ask me the question. Or you guys can super chat or super sticker. I'll pin it up and get to it, because we just remember my internet got shut down. I'm cleaning up Muddy Buddies, organizing birthday parties. All right, guys, much love to you, but my cape is off for right now. All right. No, it's not. It'll be off after this episode. All right, let's keep going. Love you guys.
Affirming that Melodee was being homeschooled, Zick also explained when a child is bouncing from program to program, it can take work figuring out where a student has been. The sheriff's office confirms that they executed a search warrant at this home earlier this week, but did not find anything indicating where Melodee may be. Detectives emphasize this remains a missing persons case, not a criminal investigation.
Ashley, I'm going to get going now.
And in a final attempt to contact Ashley, Karina knocked on her door once more.
Lily and that side of the family either. And I would love to have a relationship with Melodee and you. We can get together and hang out with the kids.
Something happened to Melodee, guys. I hate to say this, but something definitely happened, in my opinion, to Melodee. Big hugs, Mighty Joe. Big hugs. I'm trying to get caught up with the base of this story so we can get into what happened, when they're going to arrest her, what evidence they have, right? There's a lot. Yeah, this last is persistent. You'll give her that. And they all are. They all are. Even the neighbors are. Right. We got more to come. Don't worry.
Please take my number at the door so we can talk. I'm here for you and Melodee.
Damn, man. You want to break down that door, don't you?
The sheriff's office is still asking anyone who has seen Melodee or has had contact with her to reach out to investigators. I'll have information on how to do that on this article on ksby.com. And as your community reporter, I'll continue to look into the search of Melodee, and will bring you any new developments as.
And I'm bringing you the new development next, guys, from last night. I assure you, I was making my way to get there. All right. Don't worry. I got you. I got you. I know a lot of you people are already invested in this case by the time I've picked it up. So Bear with me.
They happen in Vandenberg Village. Crystal Bermudez.
All right. And it's the same lady that's just all over this. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the consistency with these people, with the reporters, with the neighbors, with the family. All right. Let me give you the update, guys. All right. We're getting there. We're working our way there. This is only episode 1. And it's changed quite a bit. Now, listen, this from yesterday evening. California News, mother of missing California girl traveled with her out of state, but returned without her. All right. So here we go. Mother of missing 9-year-old who was reported missing earlier this month. She had not been seen more than a year. Traveled with her daughter out of state days before the investigation was launched. But when she returned home, it was without her. All right. So we're catching up to today. On Wednesday, which was yesterday, and I wasn't here yesterday, Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office released new details about the disappearance of 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard. Let me make sure this is up so you guys can see this. All right, who was reported missing earlier this month after school administrators noticed they hadn't heard from her in over a year. All right, now Melodee's mother, Ashley Buzzard, has been uncooperative with the investigation, officials said, and has been unable to provide a satisfactory answer for her daughter's location or safety. Now, after authorities were able to confirm a sighting as recent as August, detectives say, they've since uncovered evidence that Melodee was with her mother as recent as October 7th, a week before the investigation launched. So she was actually probably only missing for a week, you guys. And then, in my opinion, something happened. Sheriffs say she rented a car and took her daughter on a road trip, guys, potentially going as far east as Nebraska. But days later, only Ashley returned to their home in Vandenberg Village in northern Santa Barbara County. All right, I gave you the rental number earlier, Chevy Malibu with a license plate of that NMNG 101, white Chevy Malibu. The investigation into the disappearance was formally launched on October 14th. Now, FBI has gotten involved since then, all right? Detectives served a search warrant, and FBI was also looped into the investigation last week. All right, throughout the search, the quest for answers, detectives say Ashley Buzzard, that's her mom, has not cooperated with the investigation of her daughter as she remains an at-risk missing person. Melodee, who's missing, is described as 4 feet, 6 inches, weighing about 60 pounds. That might be wrong. She has brown hair and brown eyes. Santa Barbara County Sheriff Bill has said his department shares in concern of the local community who's anxious to find the missing elementary school student and bring her home. He thanked local media for helping to spread her photo and story. All right. Previous confirmation of sighting in August, and the photo most recent known of her image was taken around 2 years ago, guys. So she probably looks a lot different. And there is the timeline there. I think you guys might be referring to that timeline earlier. So let's look at that together, okay? We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Thank you for your patience. I know I don't have patience ever, right? More, thank you for the Guilty of Crime membership. I appreciate you. And let me pull this up. More, you gifted 2 of them. More, K, thank you. All right, let me pull this up and we'll look at this and then we'll get into more discussions and more family talking about the case. All right, so there's the timeline from Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. Now remember, FBI typically will step in when things start to go into different counties, different areas, etc., right? So they're in Santa Barbara and now she went to Nebraska, so they've got to get outside reinforcement. All right, now here's the image. Melodee Buzzard, they're calling her an at-risk missing person. There's her most recent photo, guys. That was from 2 years ago. All right, so here's the photo in 2023. We've got that photo of her. That's the last time we actually have an updated picture. Then we moved to 2025 in August, and Lompoc Unified School District verified seeing her. All right. Now let's move forward to October 7th. Verified sighting of Melodee and Ashley beginning a road trip. Do you guys think they went on a family road trip to Nebraska where she rented a car and you could see the white Chevy with the NMNG 101? All right. Then you go to 2025 October today, and let's see if we can move this down. Hold on real quick. Okay, so this is the timeline that I think someone was referring to from law enforcement. That's the timeline. And then we look here and she's missing and endangered. All right. Now let's keep looking at the timeline for those of you that knew the timeline was out there. Thank you. All right. There's the timeline for you. I forgot who told me about the timeline, but there it is, my friends. I was getting to it. All right. October 14th, guys. That's a week ago, a little over a week. 2025, checked the welfare request by Lompoc Unified School District, and that prompted the onset of a missing person investigation. Now, Ashley, the mom, was contacted at her residence and could not provide reasonable explanation to where Melodee's whereabouts are. Right now, next day, October 15th, detectives serve her a search warrant at the residence that we see today. Melodee is not located and Ashley remains uncooperative. All right, that was October 15th. Now, let's move to October 18th, where FBI joins the investigation. Okay, they joined the investigation, I believe, because of going state to state now. Okay, 4 days later, October 22nd, which was yesterday, Melodee remains an at-risk missing person and Ashley remains uncooperative. All right. Now, and that's up to 2025 as of yesterday. All right. Let's take a look here. Again, back to the beginning. Melodee Buzzard, an at-risk person, 9-year-old little girl. We hope Melodee might be with somebody, perhaps extended family or friends, who may not be aware of the circumstances of her disappearance. All right. Brown has also urged the public to attempt to conduct their own searches, as that could only complicate and disrupt the ongoing efforts. So the most effective way is by sharing factual information to detectives at 805-681-4150. All right. All right. Now we're on to today. Now we can get back to today and catch up. All right. I'm going to show you the interview with Grandma, just so that you can understand a little more about her daughter and the mental health of Ashley. And then we have experts, etc. in the case. Let's go.
Christopher Benitez, your community reporter in Vandenberg Village. It's been nearly a week since 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard was reported missing. On Monday, I sat down with her grandmother, who is speaking out publicly for the first time. She shares with me warning signs in Melodee's mother's mental health, and also shares a deeply personal message that she hopes her granddaughter will hear. Hi. Hi. How are you?
Fine.
My name is Crystal. Are you Lori?
Yes.
Hi, Lori. I'm with KSBY News. I've been following along. I can come inside. Lori Miranda says she first learned her granddaughter was missing when law enforcement called.
All right, this is an important interview, guys. It's going to give us a lot more detail on the situation, on her daughter, etc. The best interviews are always with the family, in my opinion. All right, if you can get unbiased interviews. Gosh, I pray they find her safe. Yeah, man, not Clementine. The only thing I could think of is if she took that little girl out of state to somebody that wouldn't hurt her and that doesn't know what's going on. But this case has gained international attention, and I don't think that's the case. What's up, Daisy Duke? Good to see you, my friend. Love the name. All right, I know. All right, let's keep going.
Asking if she knew where the child was.
He said, "Did you know that your granddaughter was missing?" And I said, "Missing?" He goes, "When's the last time you talked to your daughter?" I said, "I don't know, 2 years, a year and a half ago."
The search for Melodee began last week when authorities were notified about her extended absence from an independent studies program. Investigators say her mother, Ashley Buzzard, has not been cooperating and will not say where her daughter is. Miranda says Ashley's mental state had drastically declined since 2016, raising red flags around the time
See?
Melodee was 6
Mental
months
health.
old. Miranda said she was planning to drop by her daughter's house when Melodee was only an infant. That's when she got a call from authorities.
About 15 minutes later, a sheriff calls me. He says, I'm at your daughter's house in Orchid, and I was just getting ready to take your granddaughter Melodee with me to CPS because we're getting ready to take your daughter to the hospital.
When Miranda arrived, she says the house.
So that gives you an idea of the mom's mental health issues. Mental health issues, burning things, renting cars, and never bringing your child home and not cooperating, guys. I mean, come on. We do this day in and day out here on Guilty of Crime. I know you know. All right. Yeah, independent program is basically homeschool. But real quick, guys, interruption for the Foxy boxes. I saw people in chat wanting to buy a Foxy box. You cannot buy one, but we're giving away a Foxy box today. There's 163 people in chat, which gives you a way better chance to win. All you got to do is hit the like button, drop a comment, and make sure that you're in the green. Okay? We're giving a Foxy box away today, and you can't buy one. And this doesn't sound good. Let's keep going. Not good, guys. Not good. We do this day in and day out on Guilty of Crime, and you guys know.
This was a mess.
Couldn't believe it was my daughter. I mean, the house was in disarray. There were raw eggs in pans. There was rotten food in the fridge that I think she was trying to give my granddaughter.
Still, she claims Ashley struggles mentally.
Everybody's dragging her around when she should be at the hospital. And you should be talking to her there instead of everybody rattling her cage and then trying to act like they're trying to help.
In this latest investigation,
that's not good, guys. So what's happening here is that people are going to the house and trying to talk to her, and the mom obviously has feelings for her own daughter. She's telling us that mom is mentally incapable of taking care of Melodee. She was feeding her rotten food that she had in the fridge. All right. Good evening. How you doing? Hey, I hope they find her soon. I hope they find her soon too, but it's not looking that good right now.
Involving Melodee's disappearance, investigators believe Ashley drove her daughter to Nebraska in a white Chevy Malibu earlier this month, more than 1,070 miles from her current Vandenberg Village home, before returning to California.
We want the public to think back to the 7th to the 14th. Did you see a mom and a daughter in this vehicle?
Miranda says she has family as far as Ohio, but does not know anyone in Nebraska. Because this case crosses state lines, the FBI is now assisting.
If we have circumstances that indicate that there was something else criminal that has occurred in the process of that, then, it of course shifts. But as of right now, we are searching for a missing person.
Miranda showed me a gift she wanted to give Melodee on her 9th birthday back in February.
The psychologist that I was seeing said, I said, should I be keeping these things? I keep buying them for Christmas and her birthday. She said, if you keep them for her, she'll know that when she was gone, you were thinking about her. Yeah, so that's why I keep them. But sometimes I wonder, am I going nuts?
You guys have grandchildren and children. Just imagine how that feels, right? Vanessa, thank you so much for the $2 towards a Guilty of Crime goal. This case is kind of odd, but it's kind of, I mean, when you watch cases and cover cases almost every single day, this case is very similar, minus the who didn't see her for a year. That's the weird thing about this case, is people are saying they hadn't seen her for a year. So I'm wondering what that came from. And she looked like she was well taken care of, which I can't understand.
Right.
And this was her message to Melodee.
Please tell somebody I'm Melodee Buzzard. My grandma Luna is looking for me. Please call the police.
If you have seen Melodee, Ashley, or the white Chevy Malibu they were seen driving in between October 7th and October 14th, you're asked to contact the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. Investigators are also asking those who know anyone in Nebraska to share images of Melodee in an effort to locate her.
So yeah, when people ask me what's the ties to Nebraska, there are no ties to Nebraska that they know of. If the media is asking you publicly to find out what the ties to Nebraska is, there are no ties to Nebraska, and that means the family has said, "Listen, we don't know anybody there. Please help." All right. Now I can't go a day or two without talking to my granddaughter. Exactly, unforgivable sins. Exactly. Man, this is just too much every single day. Okay, listen, guys. Now we're going to bring this discussion on because it's an important discussion, families included. And I didn't talk about this because I didn't talk about Lori Vallow because it was just because it was on here. I talked about Lori Vallow because the last time that we saw a case like this was the Lori Vallow case. Lori, where are the children? Chad, where are the children? Lori, where are the children? That was the question. Where is Melodee Buzzard? All right. And that's going to be compared to the Lori Vallow case. And I don't know what, I don't know. I didn't cover it extensively, but I did cover it on my channel, guys. Somebody popped in here a couple days ago and said that they left my channel because I said Lori Vallow was innocent. I assure you, that's misinformation. I never said Lori Vallow was innocent. So let's get that straight. In the coverage of Lori Vallow, she, in fact, in my opinion, did everything that she's convicted of. So let's get into this and we'll talk about the comparison to the Lori Vallow case. Where are the children? All right. Thank you, Bree, so much towards our goal for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Who knows what's going through the mom's head? Well, we don't, but she'll answer questions, but she will not talk about her daughter. All right. Yeah, that could be a cold day in hell when you say that about Lori. I don't know anybody that would say Lori Vallow was innocent. That was a weird rumor to start on my channel.
Mother, Ashley Buzzard, who offered no explanation for Melodee's disappearance. Investigators say Melodee was with her mother as recently as October 7th and may have been transported hundreds of miles away in a rented white Chevrolet Malibu, possibly as far as Nebraska. The mother remains uncooperative, and missing child signs now line the neighborhood as family members demand answers. The FBI has joined the search, but the trail remains cold, and the question still looms. Where is Melodee Buzzard?
And the reason I like doing episodes like this or covering court TV, I love when they pick up a case that was only local news and it gains national attention. All right. So whether you like Vinny or not, I do. I like court TV. I don't know him personally, but hey, all right. Lied about JJ and Tylee.
Daybell. This is someone who was confronted about her children, and she lied about JJ and Tylee. Just didn't tell the truth about where they were. Made up stories, like literally out of thin air, involving her friends, and we get it. We get it. She lied because they were dead, murdered, and buried
yes, Vinny.
in her fifth husband's backyard. I get it why she lied. Then there's that woman from Central Florida, you know who I'm talking about, with the initial CA, had a daughter named
Kaylee, Anthony, and then we can go to Jen Soto, right? Yes, we can. All right. This gives us a little more information because they actually are bringing local people on here to talk about it, which seems that everybody in this case seems to be very involved, whether it's a neighbor or a family member. They're completely involved in this case, and they want to know where Melodee Buzzard is. Now, with Lori Vallow case, that was a lot longer wait to get to this point.
Kaylee. Well, she lied all about Kaylee. Didn't tell the truth. Made up a story about Zanny the nanny.
Yes.
Confronted by her own parents, Kaylee's grandparents, and makes up a story, like invents a person who was watching Kaylee for 31 days. Complete lie. And she lied about other things too, but lied about where her missing child was. Leilani Simon, you may or may not remember her, from Georgia, South Georgia, lied about her son Quentin, who's like the cutest kid you've ever seen. Made up this story. In the end, it turns out she murdered him, threw him in the garbage.
And I guess it's good to, when this kind of case is gaining that national attention, to be able to compare it to a case or cases that have gained international attention, right? Hashtag Quentin Simon, hashtag Lori Vallow, hashtag Kaylee Anthony. That's a good thing. All right. That they're bringing other cases that are similar. And so you can see, and people that are amateur sleuths that don't see this all the time can realize something's happened to Melodee Buzzard, guys, and it's not good.
Talk now about little Melodee and her mom, Ashley.
That's her mom, guys.
Little different here. I'm not getting a sense that she is lying about everything. I'm getting a sense that she's just not saying anything and she's not cooperating, which is an interesting tact when you have a missing child that you are solely responsible for. The child's nowhere to be found and you're not saying anything.
She looks like her mom too, right?
Well, let's dive into this story. Here's what we have from the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. Through their investigation, detectives have gathered evidence indicating that Melodee was with her mother, Ashley, as recently as October 7th of this year. Detectives have also determined that Ashley...
All right, we saw this part. We read it. I still have yet to see that 72 hours
and welfare of Melodee Buzzard and to ensure that she is safe. But mom is saying nothing, which is absolutely bizarre. I'm so glad that you're able to join us tonight. We appreciate your time.
Now, remember, this is the lady that we just watched for the last hour that's been reporting on the local news. All right. So this is good when they bring in local people to help with the case. All right. I guess it's bizarre for a mom not to discuss what happened to her daughter, to say, hey, I'll answer any other questions, but I'm not going to talk about my daughter. Then you ask her, where's Melodee? And she doesn't lie. She just doesn't say anything. That's a new tactic. That's an interesting tactic because they can't charge her for lying, I guess, right? Weird. All right, here's the local media person that we've been watching.
Let's start here because this is the first time we're doing the story for folks. How about some background about Melodee, her mom, Ashley, their living arrangements, and any information about Melodee's dad?
Okay, there you go. Melodee's dad. Everyone wants to know, right?
Yeah, Vinny. Well, just to start us off, I've been in contact with spokesperson Raquel Zick with the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Department. She did confirm with me that when they looked into the home, that home is under Ashley Buzzard and Melodee Buzzard. So they do live together. There's no indication of anyone else living there.
Which is weird, right? If you go, if there's a child missing and there's only two people, nobody else has seen her. Grandma hasn't seen her for years. She keeps buying presents. Family hasn't seen her. Yeah, she's totally just taken the fifth. There's nothing else about this case. This isn't a Bermuda Triangle case where some weird thing happened or Bigfoot came in. Two people live in a house, both names on the house. She was just pulled out of school in August. She never showed up. Then they see her going to Nebraska in a rental and doesn't come back. That's the story we're talking about today, guys. Forget the rest. Forget the missing a year. Forget all that stuff that you heard before. This is what happened. This is the case. She will not talk about her daughter and what happened.
However, the more I am piecing more information, I'm seeing that neighbors are noticing a common theme here, right? That the little girl was often seen home and sheltered and didn't really get the opportunity to play with other kids on the block. I'm not that far away right now. I'm about 5 minutes away from the Vandenberg Village home. But from what I'm hearing from spokesperson Raquel Zick, who has been, again, communicating with me about the whereabouts of Melodee, it seems like at this point, we were able to get confirmation because of that prolonged absence that the school district had brought attention to, right? That they hadn't seen Melodee for quite some time.
And trust me, that 2 months is a long time. Hey, Mom, good to see you. Yeah, this little girl is beautiful. What do you think happened to her, Mom? You know how the school districts are, right? I mean, literally, Baby Guilty just started school in what, August when school started, and by October they're like, she was late 3 times. Next thing we're gonna do is call the district, that kind of threatening stuff. California schools, you gotta just laugh at stuff like that for the parents that do a great job, but then you get stuff like this, and 2 months is a long time for the school district because they're also not getting funding during this time. And I think that's their biggest motivator is the funding. She does, right? She does. I don't like to say our family name, but yes, mama. Yes, leave it at that. She does. All right. I try not to give too much personal information here, Mom.
Originally, during this investigation, it had been a year long that we didn't know in that timeline of where Melodee's whereabouts were. Then that narrowed down to August of 2025. And now with our recent update, the one that you just read there, Vinny, they're now narrowing this down between October 7th through October 14th, which investigators tell me this is really helpful in, again, locating Melodee Buzzard and pleading the public to use the information that they're sharing. Have you seen this woman with a child in that white Chevy Malibu any time between that time frame of October 7th through October 14th? And again, when you think about how far Nebraska is from Vandenberg Village here in Santa Barbara County, that's about a 20-hour drive. So if anyone has...
Wait a minute. So now when we look at this case, guys, a 20-hour drive, what happened in between that? She is a very beautiful child and sad. School districts usually bug a lot. I worked, yeah, you did. My mom worked for one for 15 years, and they bug you if you breathe the wrong way, which I'm grateful for the children that don't have stellar parents or even parents at all, right? But what happened in that 20 hours? She didn't drive for 20 hours straight, right? There's no way. So was there a hotel? Or did she go to the side of the road and sleep? And while she went to the side of the road, maybe dump something that she burned? What do you guys think? I mean, this case is one of the cases that it's all left to the imagination, unfortunately, and it's not a good thing.
Information, spread those photos around to see if anyone has had the opportunity or chance to locate a Melodee in that pathway between here and Nebraska. I'm actually parked right now outside of a gas station, and while I was driving around, there's photos everywhere, flyers that says, can you help locate Melodee Buzzard? So the community here is really coming together and trying to spread that word around to help locate her.
And how about Melodee's dad? What's the story there with dad and with dad's family?
Yep.
Yeah, Vinny. Well, when I first started looking into family members related to Melodee, I was first contacted with Elizabeth Meza. She's her aunt from her dad's side.
And she did go on the Nancy Grace show. I don't know if they're going to show it here, but I have that interview with the aunt. And if I have time, I'll show it, man. I mean, all these interviews are important. Also, to find out what happened. They are checking Garden Critters. They absolutely are checking the rental cars. They're checking the cell phone pings. All that information is out there. But I wish they could just arrest her so that she doesn't leave town. You think that you'd be able to arrest a parent for not telling where the child is when there's no other possible place for that child to be. Yeah, if she drove in a rental car, it's possible the rental car, whatever, it does. It will have a black box, and it's going to have GPS on it. I'll tell you right now that it will. All right? They just need it to come back, and FBI is involved in the case, so now they're putting those pieces together, and they've got to communicate with law enforcement before they tell us. All right? They're not going to just tell us until they know.
She's married to her father's brother who also passed away. But from what I'm being told, her father passed away when she was 6 months old in a motorcycle crash. So he wasn't really there to see seeing her grow up through most of her life, unfortunately, through that tragedy of a motorcycle accident.
And so October 7th is an important date that we believe she was seen. Do we know the circumstances surrounding that? Like who saw her, where they saw her, and what the context was? Have we gotten any more of those details?
Yeah, that's a great question. That was the first thought that came to mind for me as well, Vinny, is who saw her? Where was she seen on October 7th? From what I'm being told from Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Department spokesperson, Raquel Zick, she tells me that is information that they're not sharing right away. It is part of their investigation.
So, guys, that's the thing. We might not even know that the mom has been arrested already. We might not know that they found some kind of burn evidence. We may not know any of that just yet. So we're absolutely speculating here. One Love, Manuel Gomez, a Black Ops private, posted $10,000. Did he post a $10,000 reward? Is that what you're saying? All right, let me know. I'll keep that up there for a minute.
But right now, that's all they were able to confirm with me was that she was last seen October 7th with her mother, Ashley Buzzard.
That's what I was
And
thinking.
do we know
too.
what law enforcement is doing to try to find her, and what the process and the procedure, and how much manpower they're putting behind this?
And when can we arrest the mom? That's a good question. But Kimry, I was going to say that earlier and then I got sidetracked. Here's the problem with that. And I wish they would do something, anything to lock her up and charge her, maybe even just put her in a mental facility any way they can. You're right. They can go back to that house and she doesn't answer the door. She can take her own life. I absolutely need to take her into custody as soon as that 72-hour mark that we're talking about that I'm not for sure. They should take her in, I think. And yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Everything has trackers nowadays. Our phones, our watches, our everything, right? They're getting that.
Yeah, well, speaking of manpower, when I was here on Sunday, if you were able to check out one of those reports that I did, community members, neighbors all came out here demanding and pushing for answers from Ashley outside of her house. And neighbors were telling me they wanted to organize. They created a Facebook group called In Search of Melodee. You could see that those neighbors.
That was their protest that I showed you guys earlier. And the neighbor that said that Ashley Buzzard was burning something. They smelled fire and they saw papers or something coming out of the fire. Okay. So, I mean, what I'm going to guess is that ultimately when they do arrest her, that's going to have something to do with it. There's going to be some kind of evidence there. Manuel Gomez of Black Ops Private Investigators posted a $10,000 reward for any information leading to the arrest. Thank you. Yeah, 5150. So thank you, One Love. I appreciate that.
Right there on your screen right now that gathered. They were pushing for answers. They put up 4 signs that all said on both sides, "Where is Melodee?" Other signs said, "We're not going to stop until you tell us," things like that. And they wanted to organize. They organized through a Facebook group, like I mentioned, called In Search of Melodee. And they were talking about possibly starting a search party. When I talked to spokesperson Raquel Zick, she had told me, I wanted to know more about what goes into a search party. Is that something they want the public to do? No. Raquel had informed me that at this time, a search party isn't that beneficial if we don't know an exact location of where.
And they didn't see her anywhere near that area, guys. They saw her, somebody saw her, maybe they saw her leaving town on surveillance. She left to Nebraska and her daughter was with her when she went. Now, she rented a car, so I'm gonna just go on a limb here to say that the rental company saw that little girl in the car with her, or was in the inside of the rental place filling out the form with Melodee. All right. Nancy Jean, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for the $4.99 super sticker. There's the Maddie bench right there, guys. Nancy Jean from Florida. Bet you FBI and law enforcement have already scooped around that during the dark. What cadaver dogs? I hope so, but they're just not releasing that information yet. But here's the thing, unless she brought the evidence back and burned it, she allegedly took Melanie to Nebraska, or on the way to Nebraska. And why?
Melodee was last seen. So she could be anywhere between here and Nebraska. So starting a search party, she told me, could intervene and impede in their investigation. So they were really urging the public to maybe at this time not try to gather and start a search party, because that could impede in investigators and their current ongoing investigation. But Vinny, I do want to tell you one thing. When I was here earlier last week, I had noticed investigators going around the neighborhood and collecting surveillance footage.
There you go, guys. They're going to get ring footage, and the neighbors are really heavily involved in this case, which is good. Now, I don't know if any of you guys are from California or you've been to Santa Barbara. That is not one of the places that you would want to commit a crime like that. All right. Santa Barbara is there's a lot of people that go there to retire and be by the ocean, and it's really expensive. And when you get there, it's a lot of like mom and pop shops and expensive stores. It's a pretty like upper class place. And now I don't know about, I don't know. Yeah, it's bougie. There you go. It's bougie. So that is not a place that you would want to do that in and people not notice. Yeah. Yeah. Very, very, very bougie AF, all the above, right? All right. If you want Manuel Gomez to call in, he's happy to, and we'll speak more on the case. All right. I don't know if we can do that right now, but yeah, you have my email, One Love. Let's keep this rolling so we can get through today and everybody is here.
Gathering from neighbor to neighbor, seeing how much home surveillance video could piece together a timeline. So I'm expecting and maybe hoping an update soon to see if those surveillance footage videos could expand more on where Melodee was last seen and at what time, and any other videos that we could see where she is leaving or entering the home, at least between October 7th and October 14th.
Absolutely, be extremely revealing. Let's take a listen, though. You mentioned the public that had shown up. Let's show the folks at home some of what you gathered there and speaking with them.
We're all looking for answers, but, we're showing up today so that way, she knows we care. We're here for Melodee, and hopefully she will.
And we haven't even discussed the boxes and the things that she has in that open garage. There's a lot of footage to go through, and there's also a lot of stuff that is just there. Now, we've covered cases before where mental health plays a huge role in why a parent would take the life of their child, right? We just talked about Tiffany Lucas yesterday, or the day before. Tiffany Lucas took the life of her two boys with a GUN. Right. And then law enforcement came and she went all wacky. So mental health plays a big deal. You don't have sound? That's weird.
Come out and tell us where she's at.
Besides the garage being open almost 48 hours now, which we don't know if she knows or not, she was burning something in the fireplace last night, but paper was coming out.
Organization is going to be key in this. Like if they're not going to press her until she cracks, like, I'm sorry, it's time.
See?
Yeah, you can see the investment from the public there.
Yep.
Now, I know you also spoke with Melodee's grandma. I want to take a look at a part of that interview and then get some more details from you.
All right, we saw this, but we didn't.
He said, "Did you know that your granddaughter was missing?" And I said, "Missing?"
No.
He goes, "When's the last time you talked to your daughter?" I said, "I don't know, 2 years, a year and a half ago." The psychologist that I was seeing said, I said, "Should I be keeping these things? I keep buying them for her for Christmas and her birthday." She said, "If you keep them for her, she'll know that when she was gone, you were."
All right, let's just see what she has to say about this, because we just saw this interview, but we didn't see what she had to say after.
And is she doing anything to try to track down where Melodee is?
Yeah, right. That happens though. Parents.
Yeah, well, when I met with Lori Miranda, who you saw on screen there, and who I had the opportunity to.
There you go. Her going to do a parent. That happens, guys. 2 years. That's crazy. I can attest to that with my mom being here in chat and my brother having a daughter and the mom just being a bee and not letting us see her no matter what. No matter if we are like, hey, we bought her Christmas gifts. Let us give you gift cards. Let us help. She still doesn't want it for some reason to let us see her. My mom hasn't seen her granddaughter in years, right, Mom? You don't have to say her name, but my daughter, she has full access to, and my brother's daughter, the mom just won't let her. All right. Email me, One Love. I got a cold case that I got to work on for my family tomorrow. So we'll email me and we'll take a look. Yeah. I don't understand. I don't understand why parents do that.
Sit down and speak with. Lori told me she hadn't spoken to her daughter, at least within a year and a half to 2 year timeline. She did tell me, and you could see in one of those clips where she has a telescope that's in a box. She unwrapped it for me on camera, and she told me she was planning to give that to Melodee on her 9th birthday that just passed on February 10th of this year. She unwrapped it, and she said that she wanted to stop by and give her this gift, but she's been taking some space from Ashley. She described her mental health declining since roughly around 2016, a little after Melodee had been born. She told me that she suffered with BPD, bipolar disorder, was taking medication, has seen a psychiatrist to treat her mental illnesses, but I can't confirm that. This is just from what the mother had said to me. But again, she was just indicating to me that it's been some time.
Now, remember, that picture right there is from 2 years ago. There's no other pictures or proof of life other than whoever saw her leaving town and the school. Mom, yeah, it's been about 5 years now. My mom says, I haven't seen her. I've tried to find her with the private investigator and I got nowhere. And that would be my niece and my mom's granddaughter, my brother's daughter. And it sucks. I see my mom go through that. She has no problem, however, with having baby guilty now. Do you, Mom? No problem at all. Take her to school. Pick her up, Mama Pearl. We love you. Yeah, she has no problem seeing baby guilty. That's for sure. No problem at all. Yeah, she's got a lot of mental health issues, which we don't know exactly what. We don't know if she takes medication. Maybe she went off of her medication, guys, and did something out of pocket.
Her daughter is very erratic. Again, Ashley Buzzard. And I do want to also share that Ashley does have an older daughter. Her name is Destiny. And in that interview where she mentions that there was an incident in the past involving CPS. At that time, her oldest daughter, Destiny, was living with her and 6-month-old Melodee Buzzard as well. She was explaining to me in detail this situation that happened in the past, again in 2016, where she received a call from law enforcement. She appeared shortly after that call and saw the status of Ashley's home when she used to live in Orcutt, California at the time. And that's when she describes seeing raw eggs on the pan, rotten food in the fridge, and believed she was feeding that to her oldest granddaughter.
So there was another child in there. And guys, that happens with mental health. When mental health is off, did you hear that? Feeding that we talked about the rotten food earlier. We just don't know. We don't know what happened. Destiny, Melodee, this mom is living in Disneyland, in my opinion. You're so funny. All right. I was going to say something and you threw me off.
Destiny.
Let me ask you about, I just want to clarify, when you were talking about suffering from mental illness, you were referencing Ashley, right? Not grandma, but
Ashley.
Grandma talking about Ashley?
Yes.
That's correct. Grandma.
So if anybody is confused at all, I know there's a lot of people in this because family is getting involved. The lady at the door earlier was Ashley's sister. Now Ashley is the mom, Melodee's the daughter, and clearly you can see the resemblance there, right? Right. Okay.
Had confirmed with me, at least through our conversation, that her daughter does suffer from bipolar disorder, that she often creates scenarios in her head, and that's why she took some space from her. Really, the way she described...
I know what I was going to say before Synth came on. What I was going to say was mental health plays a huge role in not only when they do something to the child, but in messy living situation, right? Like hoarder type of house, the boxes, the rotten food. They did talk about the house being out of order, the previous one, and we saw the garage. You guys saw the garage earlier with all the boxes and all the stuff. That tends to happen when people have mental health break. They just live in like squalor and they're not necessarily don't have money, but in their head, all the chaos, they just don't know how to separate the house being clean, the food being not rotten, right? That happens. She looks a lot like her mom. Absolutely.
What did to me is that she did not understand her daughter. She didn't know how to communicate with her. And that's why she felt for her own safety, she needed to take a step away from her daughter, and felt a little bit of ease when she believed Melodee was going to school again. But then shortly after, she put her into the homeschooling program.
Right. Now, there was another moment when you were outside of Ashley Melodee's house, when Melodee's sister or half-sister from her father's side confronts Ashley. Let's take a look at that, because that's fascinating.
While we were talking, Ashley Buzzard came out of the house.
Ashley?
And again, if you weren't here, I'll just show this quick clip again. Many of what I put together, many of the clips and things are all the same from what's actually happened. Just Core TV weighed in with commentary, right? And they got the news lady to talk. So that's good. That's always good to hear. And that it goes international, right?
Karina quickly approached her.
National.
Ashley, it's Karina. I just want to see if you're okay. If Melodee's okay.
What the hell is she doing in that garage, man?
How you guys are doing? Do you have the time to speak with me?
Although she did not answer questions about Melodee, Ashley stated she was feeling overwhelmed and stressed and told Karina she did not appreciate her being parked outside when she did not want to communicate with her.
That's not a good
Wait,
sign.
this is my number right here if you ever want to talk.
That's not a good sign, guys. And also, I don't know what I would do if I was that close to the mom and her not talking to me and then closing the door. That's her sister. So I don't know. She's being real nice.
Talk to me. I want a relationship with Melodee, please. Please, Ashley. Is she okay? Are you okay?
Did she mention anything about Melodee?
No, she didn't. I did ask her if Melodee is okay as well if she's okay, but she did not answer.
So cute.
Wow. So before we run out of time here, Crystal, did you learn anything else from Karina, who is, again, Melodee's sister, older sister, half-sister, but did you learn anything else from her about the family dynamics?
I know. Classic. The classic.
Yeah, that was Karina Meza. She's Melodee's half-sister from her father's side. Karina was really...
You see how much more info we get when we get the news lady on here? But yeah, I mean, the classic one. You probably watch true crime as much as I do. Maybe you watch it more. I don't know. But you guys are on the same page as I am. When something like this happens, no proof of life after she left the state and her head's all over the place. She's telling people that she doesn't feel right about it and she's not going to answer questions about her daughter directly. I mean, come on. It doesn't take a private eye to figure this thing out. Now I think, where is Melodee is the question, right? I don't know that she's okay. I hope she is.
In distress as well. She just wanted to get in contact with Ashley. She told me she had been out there for some time, wanting to reassure to Ashley that if she needed anything, if Melodee was okay. And in that quick snippet there, you see this very quick interaction between the two, Karina and Ashley. Karina told me that Ashley did cut off the family as well as Melodee's aunt, Elizabeth Meza. She cut off the father's side of the family about 4 years ago, I want to say. So there's been very little contact or to any contact.
The only thing I could think of at this point why anybody would do that is because they don't want the family weighing in on how she parents, right? How she keeps her house, if she feeds the children rotten food, gets up, takes her to school. Maybe she couldn't even get out of bed to take her to school every day. So she decided, let's pull her out and put her in homeschool since I can't do it, right? Because California they get all over you if your child's missing for 5 minutes, which is a good thing. No welfare checks to the mom's house app. They did a welfare check and there's nobody there but the mom. All right. What if she just abandoned her in Nevada at the police? There's a possibility too, but we haven't heard anything. Grandma Sherry, good to see you, my friend. I hope your live went well. I chimed in for a minute and I listened.
At all with Melodee. So she told me that she had a great experience when Melodee was around one time and she had her kids there as well. And the kids were all playing and she described Melodee just being so happy, wanting to be around family, having a big smile all the time. It was very goofy. She's very animated in the videos that I've seen of her. And so when Karina was trying to get a hold of her during that time, it was very short, very quick. And as you have mentioned, Vinny, Ashley has been uncooperative. This is what police have been telling me, is that they're not getting much out of Ashley when it involves where's Melodee's whereabouts in this situation.
Yeah, if anybody is local and they do see that mom out and about, probably don't approach her. Probably just see if you find any signs of little Melodee. But yeah, don't approach her. Sherlock Homegirl. Yeah, it's a hard situation, definitely. And mom looks, I know, right? The light. I was going to say that. The mom looks unrecognizable. It doesn't even look like her. Did you see that? I saw earlier clips as well, and it doesn't look like her at all. So I'm wondering if she's having some like longer manic episode or something. Yeah, I wish they would put her arse in there immediately. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, by the way, if you guys want to know how to put your cape on and have superpowers, guys, don't forget Red Bull gives you wings. All right, almost every day. I should sponsor Red Bull as much as I drink it on every episode. Just wanted you to know how to get your wings. Red Bull gives you wings. All right. Thank you, Grandma Sherry. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's interesting. That was a good catch. I was gonna say something and I was like, I got sidetracked.
She's not telling anyone. She's not telling police. She's not telling family. This is so frustrating. Crystal, we're out of time for now.
Yeah.
Great reporting. Amazing.
All
I
right.
hope you'll come back as we continue to cover this story, and we appreciate you sharing all this information. Thank you so much, Crystal Bermudez, Scripps News Group. When we come back, we're going to bring in our think tank and try to get to the bottom of how investigators, prosecutors.
All right, we're just gonna go. There's not much longer. Then, guys, we're gonna give away a giant. What did you call it? It's a Foxy box, but it's not just any Foxy box. It's a special Foxy box today. All right, are we talking? Is this a different case here? Hold on, let me make sure we're not
Anything, David?
doing another case. All right, here we go.
Ashley drove her daughter to Nebraska in a white Chevy Malibu earlier this month, more than 1,070 miles from her current Vandenberg Village home, before returning to California.
We want the public to think back to the 7th to the 14th. Did you see a mom and a daughter in this vehicle?
Ashley knows, but Ashley is saying nothing about her daughter, Melodee.
And this kind of changes the case just a little bit, guys. It changes the case a little bit from the beginning because it said she hadn't seen, and nobody had seen Melodee for a year, and mom wasn't talking. All right, so it changes it just a bit. Turtles with wings. Yes, Jerry Lynn Williams. Yes, we're giving away a Foxy box. It's something that you would want. We'll let Foxy tell you about that. Yeah, another no dad, 6 months old. When she was about 6 months old, the dad passed away. Adorable. What's up, Dr. Latina? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Dad is not in the picture. The dad apparently passed away when she was about 6 months old. All right, there you go. There's a Foxy box, guys. Let's go. We're gonna give away a Foxy box. You can't buy a Foxy box, but you can win one.
Bringing our think tank, joining us tonight, criminal defense attorney, former head New Jersey County prosecutor Bob Bianchi, and national parenting and family relationship expert Dr. Sue Kornbluth. Great to have you both here. We're trying to get Rick King in the mix here. Let me ask you, Bob, legally, is there any way to compel this woman to tell the world where her...
Okay, this is what we want to know. This is like the discussion. We're going to discuss this for the next 6 minutes. Then we're going to give away a Foxy box. The only way that you can be entered, make sure you hit the like so you get into the sorter little app thing that we do, the spin wheel that we'll call it. All right. And then if you drop a comment and make sure you're green.
Daughter is.
Hey.
As a prosecutor who's handled cases like this, Vinny, at certain points in times, you got to brute force your way into a situation. You cannot let a child who no one knows where they are, has been traveling over a significant place and period of time, whose parent is mentally ill, a single parent, no one there to care for the kid, the school's concerned, the community's concerned, the sheriff's concerned. As the prosecutor, I would start using brute force. You need to bring her in.
Yes, that's what I've been saying the whole time. Use brute force. Let's get this. I mean, come on, they could have already possibly found her had they done that. I don't know how they can, but let's get creative, guys. What's up, Hoosier Forever? Thank you for sharing the missing. I have a horrible feeling about this, and so do I. Mental health, crazy house like her mental health. Melodee not being in school for months, last seen headed to Nebraska, never came home in a rental car. and possibly burning evidence.
You need to detain her. You may need to get a mental health situation going on there as to whether or not there's some sort of involuntary commitment. I know that's going to get some very upset, but the bottom line here is I'm concerned about a child and a child's well-being. And if I have to file charges for endangering the welfare of a child, which doesn't require that I show actual harm in the state of California, that's what I'm going to do. Bottom line is I need some top skilled level police officers and detectives and some mental health professionals that are going to approach her and bring her in and
that's what they need to do. And yes, Cheeto the Magnificent, if what you're talking about is giving her a certain time to produce Melodee like they did with Lori Vallow, produce the children, you have this long. Remember, she was trying to be out there in Hawaii doing her thing. They brought her back. They said, you don't produce the children, you're going to get locked up. All right, now, Geraldine, we gift lots of memberships here, so maybe you'll get a membership. Yeah, this guy has a right idea.
Let's start getting some answers. This is not a time to play games. The clock is ticking.
Yeah.
Dr. Sue Kornbluth, is there a way to get through to this mother and have her voluntarily just provide the information? I believe this child very well could be alive tonight.
How do you know?
Well, Vinny, if somebody is going to go in there and intervene and try to get her to open up, they have to approach her in a very caring, kind, compassionate, and empathetic way. If they go in there and they are accusatory of this mother, she is not going to open up at all. So the way to approach her would be with compassion, concern, care, to get her on board.
Damn, we got way two different aspects, right? You ask me, I'm like, tie her up to a chair and waterboard her. Make her talk. Every time she doesn't say anything, put her underwater for 30 seconds and then bring her up. And then you got this lady that's like care and compassion. All right, so let's find a happy medium to that, right? Let's waterboard her, guys. Let's torture her like we're in the olden days in the war. All right, maybe we won't do that. Thank you, Dr. Latina, for the 10 Guilty of Crime memberships. You guys, please thank her. All right. But you know me, I'm like, do it. Let's get it. Let's find out where this little girl is. Where is Melodee Buzzard?
To start cooperating, to open up as to where her daughter is. That would be the approach that a psychological professional would need to take here.
Also joining us, we've got him.
With that though, Vinny.
One second, Bob. I just got to bring Rick into the mix. We've connected. Joining us, former police lieutenant, trial attorney Rick King. All right, Rick, let's get your take, and then we're going to go at it here. Bob's going one way. Dr. Sue seems to be going a different way. Former police lieutenant, also criminal defense attorney at this point. But Rick, what are your thoughts about how you get this mother to provide the most important information, the only thing we care about, which is where Melodee is?
And now I really do think, guys, I really think that they should arrest her. I think that she should be arrested on some truancy charge. I agree. Get her into a jail. Let's process her, get all of her info, get her, DNA, get her fingerprints, get all of that. And if they need to put her to take her to like a mental health facility or somewhere where somebody can compassionately talk to her, they should do that. I agree, Carrie. When is enough? Apparently it's soon. I think from what I'm hearing, she had 72 hours. I just don't know exactly when or where. I got the reverse polarity of a magnet. You're funny, Chief Rocca. All right. Yeah. Mandate a psychiatric evaluation. I agree. Maybe she'll tell what happened and she'll feel a little lighter about it and not think, oh, I'm going to spend the rest of my life in prison. I think that's what's stopping her right now from talking, guys, is the fear of that.
I mean, I think I agree with Bob in the sense that you got to start being aggressive with her. You got to bring her in. Clearly, you have some sort of criminal charges because you wrote a search warrant. Mm-hmm. So if you have a search warrant, there's probable cause for some crime you're saying happened. If you have probable cause for a crime, then you should make an arrest. Something. You need something to bring her in, to put the pressure on her to start finding out where the baby is. Right? Because that's what we care about right now.
Yeah, that's what we care about, the baby, Melodee.
Go ahead, Bob. I knew you wanted to jump in there before. Let it fly.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we get to a point where we all want to throw up a peace sign and be kumbaya. That has not worked here. You cannot continue to wait while this child may be in jeopardy and you have a recalcitrant, reluctant, and unwilling participant in helping us identify where her child is. At a certain point in time, you got to pull the Band-Aid off, and the nice game has to end and the hard game has to begin. It's already past due, if you ask me, Vinny.
Agreed.
This is not about pulling off a Band-Aid, though, Bob. This is about dealing with somebody that has
and this is what happens, right? In different states. This is what happens. You have different people, different law enforcement, different terms, different people from maybe, a hospital that or have their that have a degree in psychology, or they work in psychiatric, and they want compassion, but that's not what's happening here. Compassion isn't working. I do like how Vinny said, he actually said, we only care about where the little girl is, right? That's all we do care about. Where is Melodee?
mental health issues. That's what it appears to be. And when you're dealing with somebody that has mental health issues, you have to be very caring towards them in order to get them to open up with information. I'm not saying that you don't haul her in. I agree with that. But once she's there, you're not going to probably get a confession out of her if you treat her as though she's guilty already.
To Dr. Seuss,
you're talking about the approach.
And this is why we have different perspectives, different people, different conversations. Dr. Latina, I agree, but I do think they need a happy medium. We don't know if she's bipolar or manic depressed. We know she has mental health issues, but it's not working so far. What they're doing is not working. And that little girl has not been brought home by any means. We don't even know what state she's in at this point, which state she's in. We don't know if she's in California or halfway through, and she never made it to Nebraska. Maybe her mom dumped her off somewhere, like somebody else said earlier.
Approach once you get her.
Yeah, get her first.
To Dr. Seuss' point, Bob, I think what she's saying.
You're talking about the approach.
Go ahead, Rick.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I think what she's saying is we're talking tactics once we get her in. I think that the idea is to get her in, and then once she's in, then there's tactics. There's a way you talk to someone with mental health problems. Yeah. You don't beat them over the head with a hammer. You try to talk to them and you appeal to whatever it is you think that they're going to respond to. It's not going to be a situation where it's bad guy. Maybe it's good guy, bad guy. Maybe it's something.
Let me ask you this, guys. Let me ask you this. Is there a problem, though, if you haul her in? The lawyer's going to jump in, is going to shut her down. Is that a potential problem? Is there any way around that? If you arrest her, charge her, she gets the public defender shuts it down. What do you do, Bob?
Yeah, Vinny, listen, I mean,
if that's the case, guys, then I think that we all know enough to realize that Melodee Buzzard is probably no longer with us. All right. If they arrest her and they bring her in and she lawyers up and stops talking, which she's already not talking. So every minute, every hour, every second that she doesn't talk, Melodee is in grave danger if she's still with us. Right. So, I mean, they need to do something. They need to move.
First of all, I'm not talking about taking her in and hitting her over the head with a rubber hose. Of course, you try to go in there with the right approach and the best people. And there are certain people that are better at it than others, and even have mental health providers there. What I'm talking about is you need to bring her in. And the bottom line here is, if someone's constitutional, I know I'm going to say something very controversial here, okay? But it's a reality. If somebody's constitutional rights get a little fuzzy in terms of them trying to seek information, and maybe it violates Miranda, well, that means the statement gets suppressed. The bottom line here is the health and safety and welfare of the child. So if I were the prosecutor, I'd be so be it if we're on a line. That's what I'm most concerned about. The prosecution is secondary.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Agreed 100%. And we can leave off on that the prosecution is secondary. I hope you guys can all agree that the most important thing at this point is to find where Melodee Buzzard is. And I think it's very important to get her mother, Ashley, in custody before she either hurts herself or is able to get rid of the evidence, right? I mean, that's what we need to do. That's right. It's about the children. It's about Melodee Buzzard right now, right here, right now. All right, guys, right here, right now, we're giving away a big, large Foxy box, I guess what you call it. And a Foxy box gives you a bunch of merchandise and cool cups, shirts, mugs, things, pens, giveaways that are guilty of crime and similar to your liking. So let's do that now. Let me see what the light's saying, and then we'll move. Yes, what he's saying, there's also tactics for every case when they want a confession. There are approaches for different people. Brains, aggression will make Ashley's brain clam up, but they just need to bring her in. Bring her in and find out what's happening. I mean, that's all we can do here is spread the word and get it out there. She has not been missing for a year and possibly seen October 7th in a white Chevrolet Malibu. All right. Now let's give away a Foxy box. Foxy box is for those that are in green and those that hit the like or drop the comment. That's how you'll get in there. All right. And some of you guys have already won Foxy boxes, so you're not sweating it, right? You're not sweating it. All right. Let me put this up here and let's get this going. If you want wings, here you go, guys. Get your wings. All right. Oh, I'm out. Hold on. There we go. All right. Red Bull gives you wings. All right, let me load this and then I'll share it with y'all. 1 second. All right, here we go. All right, guys, here we go. Ready? We're going to do a countdown. Good luck to everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Hit that like button. And also, we're here to get the word out and share with the community. We saw One Love come in here earlier and say there's a gentleman that's offering $10,000 reward, all right? And he's open to call in and talk. So that's what the biggest point of today's episode was, to get the word out of what's really happening to little Melodee. Where is she? And bring her home. All right. So like, share, and then also share with your community so more people can be aware of what the heck's going on. All right, guys, countdown begins. I still got a lot of birthday wrapping to do. I'm at 2 hours, my friend. One Love, I know you. I think you already won, and I'm not even sure if you're in the green there. Nice comment, Shitsuna. Hey Jay, you're at an hour. Cut it short. You're an hour too long. All right, guys. What did One Love? Is One Love even in the green? She is in the green, and I don't know if she won a Foxy box already. But if she hasn't, then there she is. She is a member. She's a very dedicated member. And, well, I love your mom. I don't even know her, but shout out to your mom. Oh, spin again? All right, we're going to spin again. I don't know why or what, but we're going to spin again. I'm just communicating with you guys through a freaking screen. All right, let's go back and reload these bad boys. Hit the like button, drop a comment, and let's go. All right. Here's a countdown. I don't know. I'm spinning again, whatever that means. Yeah, tell your mom big hugs. I love your mom too. All right, so she won a special Foxy box, and now we're gonna have a second Foxy box. However, I think Sherlock Homegirl won a Foxy box recently. You guys tell me. I've got my text messages. Is Sherlock Homegirl the winner here, guys? Did you win one already, Sherlock, or no? Not, you could win twice, but did you recently win one? I come on, mods. Let me know. Let me know. You did win, but I don't know. Oh, you haven't. Okay, perfect then. Perfect. Sherlock Homegirl, you are the winner. Wait, Foxy Amazon says yes. Yes, what? Okay, she hasn't won. Let's drop the email then. She says she never won, Foxy. So, perfect. Congratulations, Sherlock Homegirl. And congratulations, One Love. You won a special Foxy box, One Love, and you won a Foxy box, Homegirl. There you go. guiltyofprizes@gmail.com, both of you guys, and get your package, all right? Nikki says, I'm pouting over here. We win stuff all the time over here, guys. We win lots of time. So don't worry. Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern is when we stream, all right? There you go. Email guiltyofprizes@gmail.com, and we have 2 winners day. We do this all the time, right? You still have a package on your way, my friend. You got a package coming. Have you check all the boxes? I'll have to look in the standard. All right. Congratulations to One Love and Sherlock Homegirl. What? I don't know what you're talking about. You fix it up. Yeah. Foxy's going to take care of it. I'm trying to talk to you guys through a screen and I can't hear you back. So, and I still need to go wrap Baby Guilty's birthday presents and get ready for the party this weekend. So I'm about to put my cape back on, finish my Red Bull, which gives me wings, and I will see you guys for a special, very special episode tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's very close to my heart. So if you guys care about what's close to my heart, please be here tomorrow and support the episode, all right? All right. I'm going to start slurping this on here because the God. Love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. All right. Much love. I'm out.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty?